All right. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. I just kind of got my lightweight rant out of the way at some bite down boxing just on Vasily Lomachenko, and then the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez situation. The youngest are not always in charge. And then, why I'm not hearing much about Regis Prograis being on the wrong side of the street in terms of being in play at the 140-pound championship picture, with him moving over to PBC. So anyway, I wanted to come back and talk. I did have more on, what's next for boxing. And honestly, I wish that the buzz generated from last week with the lightweight undisputed fight between where 23-year-old Teofimo Lopez took down Vasily Lomachenko, pound for pound king. And many people's number one and a top three guy. I'll continue to say it. I don't, ESPN and their on-air talent selling us Vasily Lomachenko. These people who have the platforms, they have to put their money behind somebody. I guess you like it or you don't like it or you let it bother you or you just ignore it. But they have to put their money in their the marketing and the budgeting and all of that. They have to put that behind somebody. And he worked for them. And I think, and I guess, some of us don't have jobs. Maybe we're not fortunate enough to have jobs where you got to go in there. I've said this before. Not all of us work at jobs where it's worth us being a company man or woman. A lot of this stuff, these situations that you watch on TV, it's worth being a company man. It's worth towing the company line, and they do it. And if you were there, you would do the same thing. Now you did see Bradley, I believe, at some point, and definitely Andre Ward, who disagreed with a couple of people when they tried to have Lomachenko over a Terrence Crawford, and they had their reasons why Terrence Crawford would be their number one. But I think on fight night for a significant fight, I just can't begrudge somebody putting on their sales cap a little bit about an important asset for the entire company. Hell, if I'm Andre Ward, I want ESPN boxing to succeed. Because if I'm Andre Ward, and if I can get over to start talking about football and sports in general, or baseball, or the NBA, if I can parlay my analysis and my commentary on boxing into a bigger, a higher profile position on ESPN, that's what I want to do. I'm in here working for myself, working for the network. Again, a lot of us aren't in roles where we want to be, where our future goals are perfectly aligned with the organization that we work for. So I hate to get on my soapbox, but all of this complaining, hey, you be doing the same thing. You walked into the production meeting and someone said, hey man, we need these numbers to pop. We need dude to be dude. We need him to be what we say he is. You play along. Anyway, man, I wish that boxing could continue on the, like I said, capitalize on the momentum gain with nearly 3 million people watching Teofimo Lopez take down Vasily Lomachenko. Unfortunately, this weekend's action is behind a paywall, whether it's Showtime Boxing, which has an excellent show, an excellent triple header. I won't get into that here, but DAZN. Now, before I got another personal matter with DAZN, man. So my year pass, the $99 subscription for the year. My personal subscription ends on the 26th. And I've been told that they don't have any way to address the fact. I'm like Canelo Alvarez now, but they don't have any way to address the fact that I lost over 3 months of my subscription for due to the COVID-19 pandemic, canceling all live events for over 3+ months. They can't give me a code. They can't give me 10% off. In my opinion, 3 months is a quarter of the year. Give me 25% off, or just extend my year pass another 3 months. 2 months would be nice. So I talked with I chatted with the sales rep online, and then I also made a comment when I canceled the automatic purchase of another year. The sad thing was that they told me this might have been somebody from Germany, but they told me, well, you can take advantage of our monthly plan, which allows you to freeze it, and then you could avoid things like that. Come on, person. I think her name was Celia. Come on, Celia. I took advantage and committed to you for a year. You should want more people committing to you for that year, so you can take care of your budgeting and your schedule that you like to put together. I also got screwed on the whole $8.99 thing when they bumped it up to the $19.99 and said that everybody who was with them from the start, because I bought my subscription through a third party, when it got to my year of the grandfathered monthly subscription, my subscription mysteriously got jacked up, and then I had to go back in to the DAZN itself and do my year pass, which now was screwed up because of the COVID, and now they're telling me they didn't have any option for me to get a discount. All I'm gonna say is this: I understand that you didn't do that the DAZN didn't cause this, but I think where they might be with fighting to keep annual subscribers, that you should work with that they should work with individuals. I'm not gonna sit here and throw a complete hissy fit, and I have a decision to make because they have a lot of decent fights coming up that I want to see. So I'll do what I need to do, but I think they need to be. They could have been proactive. I guess that's expecting too much. But again, with you having the issues that you have as a service and what you're trying to do, it seems like for those that would be a squeaky wheel and come make some noise, it seemed like you could quietly take care of those individuals. But anyway, getting off of my stuff. Tonight on DAZN, I love Friday night boxing, man. I absolutely love Friday night boxing. Give me Friday night boxing, or give me early afternoon Saturday boxing, or early evening Saturday boxing. I would be a happy fan. So tonight on DAZN, and actually a really great card, man. Super flyweights in action. A current top 10 pound for pound guy, and Juan Francisco Estrada against Carlos Cuadras for their rematch. That's a WBC title that Estrada holds. This could set up a potential rematch between Estrada and Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito. Chocolatito is the co-main event, taking on Israel Gonzalez, defending his WBA super flyweight title. And then also on here is WBC flyweight champion Julio Cesar Martinez against Moises Calleros. I don't know much about Calleros, except that he came in at 117, which is 6 pounds above Martinez. So I'm kind of concerned, how that works out. But I expect Martinez to do his thing. Also on that card, while you have a phenomenal group of guys in action, at the world class level, DAZN is also giving us our next look at super middleweight 19-year-old Diego Pacheco against Juan Antonio Mendez. Pacheco would be very interesting. I think I've seen him fight at. I thought he might have started at super welterweight. He's had a fight at. I think he's had 2 or 3 fights now at super middleweight. I believe this kid is like 6'4". He's out of Los Angeles. He's one to watch because we also have with the Lomachenko Lopez card, we saw the other big name, the other big youngster out there at super middleweight, and my man from New York, from Brooklyn, Edgar Berlanga. Pacheco was in camp recently for 6 weeks with former WBC super middleweight champion David Benavidez. He worked that camp. So good to see him working on his game and staying sharp. Great to see him in action tonight. Also in action, Austin Williams, a middleweight out of Texas versus SSE Herrera. This is a pretty decent step up because Herrera has like 32 fights. Only 8 KOs, so not a lot of power. But it's good to see Austin Ammo Williams back in action. You know, he's one of these youngsters. He's about 6-0, I believe, with 6 knockouts, I want to say. 6 or 5. But this is one of the guys that nobody gives DAZN and Matchroom credit for in coming in and investing in some young talent, but it takes time to develop these guys. Also, in his next look is Toledo, Ohio's Otha Jones III in against Kevin Montiel. 6 rounds of junior lightweight action, 130 pounds. So it's good to see that brother back in work. Shout out to Soul City Boxing out of Toledo. So that's a pretty decent card, man. Especially real top heavy. There with 3 world title fights. Julio Cesar Martinez, Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, and then Juan Francisco Estrada. El Gallo, I believe, might be his nickname. Anyway, man, like I said, I can't complain a whole lot about DAZN. I think it's great value. Again, if you want to pay for both of these 2 PBC pay-per-views at $75 a pop, $150 for those 2 cards with questionable undercards, especially the Spence Garcia fight. Versus now I can just pay $99 and get another year of DAZN. That's something to consider. Where am I? So next week, well, sticking with DAZN, starting next week you get the Jaime Munguia and Johnson fight on there, and that's kind of crazy because also next week is the Alexander Usyk and Derek Chisora with Savannah Marshall and Hannah Rankin going at it for the WBO middleweight title, women's boxing. But so you got 2 fights on next week on DAZN. And then on November 14th, you have Katie Taylor versus Miriam Gutierrez. Terry Harper versus Katharina Thunders. Those are both world title fights. And then Rachel Ball and Ebony Bridges. Rachel Ball just upset Courtenay. I think it's Shannon Courtenay during fight camp. And then Ebony Bridges is coming out of Australia. She's a teacher, I believe. I saw her in action in Hammond, Indiana, back in February. I think Rachel Ball beats her, honestly. Ebony Bridges fought a lady who was a lady who had been out of the game for a minute, and came and took the fight and was out of shape and everything. It went the distance. She's not bad with her skills, but Rachel Ball is tall, can crack, and is no slouch herself. November 21st on DAZN, you have Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin 2, the rematch from the 4th round knockout, a knockout of the year until we saw Baranchik being taken out by Zepeda. Connor Benn will also be on that card with Sebastian Formella. And then December 12th on DAZN is the Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. And I think that'll end this big run of fights for Matchroom at the SSE Arena, which is Wembley or something. So they have a 6-week residency going on there in England. And that was all of that. where am I at time? And then quickly, man, next week this closes out ESPN's big October. This will be on ESPN Plus, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But that's Naoya Inoue against Jason Maloney. Naoya Inoue making his ESPN debut. He's fought in the USA before, but he'll be defending his 2 titles against Jason Maloney. Michaela Mayer will be taking on in her first title fight against Eva Broshnika for the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship. Broshnika, I believe, is signed to Matchroom, so they're reaching across the aisle to work with one another. But this card is pretty dope. Robson Conceição, 2-time Cuban Olympian, against Louis Correa, who had a great fight with Adam Lopez back in June. That was a majority decision in Lopez's favor, but Correa looked damn good. That's a 10-round junior lightweight fight. Robson could get pushed by Correa, in my opinion. Also returning is Jared Anderson, the heavyweight sensation, 21-year-old cat out of Toledo, Ohio, against Luis Eduardo Pena. That'll be Anderson's 7th fight, I believe. And then also you have Julian Rodriguez. I did an article on Round by Round Boxing for the next group of super lightweights. Julian Rodriguez is not a bad dude. Is not a nobody at 140 himself. 20-0, 13 KOs. He got a knockout back in August in the bubble. He does not have an opponent named at this time. And then also that this kid Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who's 12-0 with 8 KOs, a light flyweight, 8 rounds of action. He got a first round stoppage back on September the 5th. He's Robert Garcia trained and really nice fundamentals and a really good boxer with decent power. I'm interested to see more of Jesse Rodriguez. So that's it, man. I just wanted to get the schedule out there and so on and so forth. Bite Down Boxing, don't let them count you out. Presented by Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Enjoy the fights. Peace.